right? So again, we're talking about purpose. Our collective purpose is, of course, to restore our people. Our personal purpose is something that we need to rediscover, right? But the Creator has put us here for a reason, right? There might be some accidental parents, but there's not accidental children, right? We all have a purpose. In African culture, there would be, you see that beautiful African stomach there? You see Mama Africa? Africa was born in you. There would be a hearing when the woman was pregnant, right? The elders would go to that woman, give her some herbs, put her in a different state of mind, and they would listen to her belly and ask that spirit, that ancestor that was coming through her, why are you coming here? This world is so messy. What good are you coming here to do? Right? So they would get the answer, and when that baby was born, on the 8th day after they were born, they would give them a name that was according to their purpose. Right? Do we give our children names that's according to any purpose? Yes. We just give them names because it sounds like it's cute right now, right? Or we give them names. Some people give them names and say, I want them to have a European name so it can be easier for them when they're trying to get a job with these other folks. And that's unfortunate. Right? After they would understand that their name had given them a purpose, the boys and the girls, when they were 12, 13, 14, even 15 and 16 years old, when they came of age, they would go through rites of passage programs. The girls will be taught how to be women. The boys will be taught how to be men. And they will also rediscover what their purpose was. Right? Rediscover why they are here on earth. And as they go on in their life, they would live their purpose. Right? And they would even choose a mate based upon what the purpose of their mate was. It wasn't no opposite attract. It was our purposes must align. Right? It's complementary pairs attract. In your relationships, is there a purpose? There should be a purpose. If you were looking for a relationship, what is going to be the purpose of that relationship? Hopefully, you are going to work together to liberate our people in some way. Our purpose cannot be not following our dreams. Our purpose cannot be being scared of risk, afraid of failure. Our purpose cannot be those things. Our purpose, we cannot be people who just say, I'm good with working with somebody else, working for somebody else. How many of us get up in the morning and hate to get up and go to work in the morning? How many of us feel like what we're doing right now in our life is wasting our life away? We have no direction, many of us. But if you have purpose, you have direction. If you have purpose, you have power. If not, you're like a ship in the middle of the ocean, letting the waves tell you where to go. Right? Let the environmental factors tell you where to go. Not you giving your life meaning. Not you acting upon life, allowing yourself to be acted upon by life. We have the tools to be great. Right? We have the tools to be great already. Right? I mean, we are the oldest people on the planet. 3.8 million years ago, we were here. Right? Europeans just came 30,000 years ago. They're babies to us. We don't need to look to them for anything. Anything. Socially, spiritually, politically, or culturally. We got to get back to us. That is our purpose. To get ourselves and our people back to our way. Right? But we have these tools, but we really don't use them. I heard the story about a camel. Right? This camel was talking to his mother. He said, Mom, why do we have these three-toed feet? She said, well, baby, you got three-toed feet so you can stay atop the soft sand as you take long trips across the desert. He said, okay, Mom, I'll be back. He came back and said, Mom, why do we have these long eyelashes? She said, baby, you got those long eyelashes so you can keep the sand out of your eyes as you take those long trips across the desert. He said, okay, Mom, I'll be back. He came back and said, Mom, boy, what do you want? Mom, why do we have these big, great humps on our back? She said, baby, you got those humps on your back so you can carry water on those long trips across the desert. He said, okay, Mom, I think I understand. So I have three-toed feet so I can stay on the hot sand on these long trips across the desert. I have these long eyelashes to keep the sand out of my eyes on these long trips across the desert. And I also have these great big humps on my back so I can store water as we walk across the desert. Well, tell me, Mom, why do we live in the zoo? If we have these skills, right? If we have these talents, these abilities, and we're not using them, what's wrong with us? Are we putting ourselves in a cage? Are we putting ourselves in the zoo? You understand what I'm saying? That's the problem if we're not living our passion, living our purpose. Right? I told somebody, I didn't know what a sundial was, but I said, what good is a sundial in the shade? Right now, we're in the shade. Black people would not be in the position that we are in if we were living our passion. If we were living our purpose. Ashe? We would not be there. We got to use our skills. We right now, we're sundials in the shade right now. But what if we lived our purpose? What if we did what we loved? Who is this man? Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He had a purpose. Race first was his purpose, right? To liberate African people was his purpose. And when he followed his purpose, he started the greatest African movement in the world. Before that, and since then, right? Because he had a purpose. He gave us the red, black, and green flag, right? What does the flag mean? The red is for blood. The black is for skin. The green is for land of Mother Africa. That's what we got to be about, right? But passion and purpose is going to lead you to excellence, like the Honorable Marcus Garvey. But if you're going for money, then you're going to be average, right? Because if you're passionate about something, you're going to work harder, right? You're going to go the extra mile, and guess what? There's no traffic beyond the extra mile, right? When you love what you're doing, you're going to work harder, you're going to go longer, right? You're going to become excellent at that. But when you just want the money, there's no heart in that, right? You're just surviving when you're going for the money, right? Heart is always greater than the money. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, it's going to be hard. But he who wants honey must brave the bees. Right? He who wants honey has to brave the bees. Our purpose is like this small acorn. Do we understand what this acorn could become? An oak tree. Right? Within that small acorn is the seed of a great oak. Imagine the potential that we have. Imagine the potential that we have. If that acorn can become an oak tree, right? Look at all the branches on that oak tree. You know what I'm saying? We have more potential than that. More potential than that. But in order for that acorn to become that great oak tree, you got to lose some things along the way. Right? In order for it to become an oak tree, that acorn has to lose its dry, dirty shell. Right? Has to lose that. We have to lose our procrastination. We gotta lose our fear along the way if we're going to grow into that great oak tree. Right? We have, in order to achieve greatness, we have to remove the layers and limitations we've already put on ourselves. Or other people have put on us. Right? But we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to mind our own business, right? We're trying to get from day to day. We're living for the weekend. We got our Who Dat t-shirt on Tuesday. Wait, that's sex to play. Wait till the weekend, it's sex to play. They're Atlanta, Dirty Birds this week. You know what I'm saying? That ain't life. You live for somebody else. And when they lose, you pissed off for the whole week. You mad. Right? That's not life. I was watching the National Geographic channel. Mama Kate was talking about, you know, those kind of channels and whatnot. And they were talking about the Serengeti. They were talking about all the predators they had on Serengeti. And this particular show, they were talking about, or it's about to show, a wildebeest having a baby on Serengeti. They said the wildebeest has to teach their baby within the first 15 minutes how to walk and run with the adult herd, or it can become hyena food. Right? So they showed the hyena having a baby. It was really nasty. You don't want to see that. But they showed the wildebeest having a baby. And as soon as the wildebeest had the baby, you can see a hyena coming up. His head was down, his teeth were big, he was ready to eat. Right? The mother wildebeest stepped in front of that hyena. The camera shifted to another hyena. Then another hyena. Then another hyena. So there was about 7 hyenas occupying this mother wildebeest and looking to eat this mother wildebeest's baby. She lunged at one of them, and that gave them the opportunity to get her baby. And they sat there and ate her baby. Right? Now the crazy thing about this whole situation is that there were hundreds of other wildebeest standing right there, simply grazing. You know, trying to avert their eyes from what they saw. Because guess what? They were just trying to survive also. They were just trying to mind their own business also. Because what? It wasn't their baby. Yeah. But it could be your baby next time. The same thing in the community. Brother Ubani said his favorite proverb was, it takes a village to raise a child. Our purpose must be to raise all of the children in our community. All of them. Right? Because if we don't, then our children will be destroyed, and they are being destroyed between with the things coming from the computer screen, the things coming from the radio, the things coming from the television, and we are allowing it. Our children are what we make them. The apple don't fall from the tree. That's what they say, right? These children they're not strange fellows. We made them. We grew them, right? We nurtured or did not nurture them in the way they should go. Kamali Academy, we're trying to do that, right?
We are doing that.
When you follow your purpose, that's the first step to freedom, right? Now you see, this person here, there's another person trying to hold them back, right? There's going to be some people who are going to try to keep you from doing what you know and love, right? Those people, you call those people fighters. They're trying to fight your fire, fight your passion. But you want to get around people who are going to be fire lighters, people who are going to light you up, people who are going to inspire you. Mama Alpenize, she inspires me because she's going for her dream of being an actress, but also having some morals and values going along with that, to be an African actress, to put on the television, to put on the movie screen positive images for black people to see. She inspires me. She is my fire lighter, right? So we have to be those kind of people. Those people who are not just talking about our issues, but moving towards our passion. Those kind of people who are watering those seeds, those small voices within us, those small acorns within us, so that we may become oak trees. I say to you, don't be afraid to do so. Don't be afraid to let yourself grow into those great oak trees that may be able to shade generations to come, because we can't pass on a job to our children. We got to build. We got to build. Right? We, all of us here, I'm talking to all of you here, we can't wait to see you grow. Thank you.